Hi all, welcome back to Everything MCU, where we break down your weekly MCU news, and in today's video we will be talking about the 33 confirmed and reported MCU projects. This will be a longer video, so sit back, relax and watch. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, as it really does help this channel grow. Now let's start. Now we will be starting with confirmed MCU projects. The most recent upcoming MCU project, which is the next project that we have coming out for the MCU, is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. This is indeed going to be the last Guardians movie with this specific team. Not the last Guardians of the Galaxy movie ever, hopefully, but the current team that we have right now in the MCU. It's the last movie for them, and James Gunn and most of the cast have already confirmed this. Be prepared for this movie as it comes out May 5th, 2023, which is not that far from now. Coming out a month after that, we have Secret Invasion. This show looks pretty damn good. It's about Nick Fury, Maria Hill, Everett Ross, and the Skrull Talos, and many other awesome characters fighting against Skrull resistance, and the Skrull have infiltrated major powerful organizations all around the world, threatening the world as we know it. And this is apparently going to be Nick Fury's final fight, but we'll wait to see on that one. It has been confirmed he will be in the Marvels, and hopefully you'll see him in the trailer tomorrow. Then of course we have Loki Season 2. This has supposed to come out summer 2023, but now it's looking like it's going to come out around September 2023. And this is going to show us Loki and Owen Wilson's character Mobius following and hunting down Kang the Conqueror in different times, trying to stop the huge multiversal war and ultimately the destruction of the universe. Then we have The Marvels, which is going to feature Captain Marvel, Kamala Khan as Miss Marvel, and Monica Rambeau. Not much is known about this movie. What we do know, however, is that Carol Danvers, Kamala Khan, and Monica Rambeau begin swapping places with each other every time they use their powers, and they must team up to determine why. And this comes out November 10th of 2023. And like I said in my last video, hopefully the trailer comes out April 11th. This movie is apparently meant to be really good, and I think this is going to be the best MCU project of the year, or Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 might just beat it. Next we have What If Season 2, which is really up in the air right now. This has come out in 2023 or in 2024, but it seems like it's going to be coming out in 2024. We do not have a release date for this yet, but it's pretty much going to be exactly like the first season. Going back to the release date, I think it's going to be coming out late or fall 2024, taking that spot in the Phase 6. Now we have the Echo series, and we don't have a release date for this yet. Either it could come out this year in December or November, or next year, most likely taking a January, February, or March release date. This series will be about Maya Lopez, who we met in Hawkeye series, and it will also feature Daredevil and Kingpin. Like with the Marvels, we don't know a lot about the storyline. Then we have the Ironheart series. We don't have an official release date for this yet. Either it could come out at the end of this year and take that spot that Echo is expected to have, or it will come out in early 2024. I think it will be coming out around spring 2024. And this will follow Riri Williams, who we met Black Panther Wakanda Forever, as we watch her become Ironheart. The villain of the series will be the Hood, and it's rumored that Mephisto and Agatha Harkness could pop up in this series, and now that perfectly leads me into the next project I'll be talking about, which is Agatha Covenant of Chaos, which I'm personally extremely excited for. We'll get to know a little bit more about Agatha Harkness, and Sarah Elizabeth Olsen is indeed going to be showing up in it for a cameo. And she is my favourite MCU character who is played, like I said before, by Elizabeth Olsen. There is no official release date for this, but it could come out anytime between late 2024 and early 2025. Next up is Daredevil Born Again, which will be starring Charlie Cox as Daredevil, aka Matt Murdock, in the MCU. Vincent D'Onofrio will be turning in the MCU as Kingpin, Marvel has confirmed this will be an 18-episode long and will continue much like the Netflix series to be pretty violent. This is set to come out spring or summertime of 2024. Then we have Captain America New World Order. Now sadly William Hurt, who played Thunderbolt Ross, has passed away, so Harrison Ford will be taking his spot in the MCU. And from what we know, he is going to be the president of the USA in Captain America New World Order, and possibly even Hulk out as the Red Hulk. And we've heard that there's going to be some other iteration of Hulk in this film. As well, it's also going to be setting up the new Avengers team in the MCU. And that will also heavily connect with the next two Avengers movies. And it will also be heavily connecting with the next project I'll be talking about, which is the Thunderbolts. Now, this movie is expected to introduce Sentry into the MCU. A big rumored plot of this is that they might be searching for adamantium, which is what the metal inside of Wolverine is made of. This might just be the craziest script that Marvel has ever written, so I'm really excited about this one. Then we have Blade, which is currently set for September 6th of 2024 release date. Now, we don't know anything about this movie except it's going to star Mahershala Ali as Blade, and they had to rewrite basically the entire movie because the first script was crap. So really not much details are known about this, but this is going to be a major movie for the supernatural side of the MCU, and maybe we'll have Kit Harington as Black Knight, who we first met in the Eternals. Then, of course, we have Deadpool 3, featuring Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman returning as Wolverine. Now in the MCU, what we know is that Deadpool and the Wolverine are basically going to be traveling the multiverse together in a joyride, a road trip between two best friends, and honestly, this is what we wanted ever since we met Deadpool and Hugh Jackman. And Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. And they will be fighting each other over and over again. And they'll also be fighting other people. And we'll get to see different X-Men cameos from the Fox franchise, and ultimately end up being in the MCU for Secret Wars. Then we have a movie that everyone is super excited for, which is the Fantastic Four in the MCU now. According to some insiders, Fantastic Four might have already been cast, at least Sue Storm and Reed Richards. However, we do not know the cast of Fantastic Four yet. Even if they have been cast, we don't know who they are. Unfortunately, the movie release date got pushed back a few months, February 14th, 2025, at the end of last year. They recently got a new writer for the film because they wanted to make an even better movie. And Kevin Feige, who is the president of Marvel Studios, is working incredibly hard to make sure this movie is fantastic. No pun intended. Then we have our next Avengers film, Avengers Kang Dynasty, coming out May 2nd of 2025. From what we know, this will take place primarily on our main Earth and our main universe, but will most likely end with Kang winning and the Avengers losing, and the multiverse basically going to chaos. This will directly lead into the next project I'll talk about. This might just be that one multiversal war, He Who Remains, was talking about at the end of Loki Season 1. Now the next project is Avengers Secret Wars, which will be a huge multiversal film. This film will feature the old Fox X-Men, different versions of the Fantastic Four, including the old versions of the Fantastic Four that we've seen, characters that we know and love. Perhaps we'll finally see that Tom Cruise, superior Iron Man, that we thought was going to be making an appearance in the second Doctor Strange. But make no mistake, what Marvel Studios is planning on this to be the biggest superhero movie of all time. And that just about does it for everything with an official release date. But we have plenty more projects that we have been announced by Marvel Studios, or that have been announced by insiders or companies like Deadline or The Hollywood Reporter, that are coming up and have been confirmed but don't have a specific release dates yet, and we'll jump right into those now. The first one I know everybody is wondering about is the new Spider-Man movie, Spider-Man 4. Marvel Studios and Sony did already announce that they are in fact working on Spider-Man 4. According to some insiders, Tom Holland has signed a 6-movie deal or 6 product deal to be Spider-Man again in the MCU. 3 of those will be solo Spider-Man movies, the new MCU trilogy. Then 2 of those will be Avengers Kang Dynasty and Avengers Secret Wars, and one more that we don't know yet, but probably for another team-up project. Spider-Man 4 is expected to release either before Kang Dynasty or before Secret Wars, maybe in between the two. Then we know that Doctor Strange 3 is supposed to come out before Secret Wars, and as well as obviously like the end of Doctor Strange 2 left off, this is going to involve clear and fixing some incursions that happened, which is going to be a major plot point of Secret Wars. So we can assume this is going to come out most likely in 2025 before Secret Wars and between Kang Dynasty. We also have got confirmations from insiders that there will be an Eternals 2. However, this is kind of up in the air right now. We haven't gotten any confirmations from Marvel Studios about anything related to the Eternals 2, but they did set up the movie, and they did set up Star Fox and Pip the Troll to appear in Eternals 2. Then of course, we have the infamous Young Avengers project. Obviously, Marvel Studios has been setting up Young Avengers in the MCU. However, they have said that they aren't doing a Young Avengers film. But according to some insiders, that is correct. They aren't simply going to just call it Young Avengers. The film will be called Avengers Children's Crusade. And this film will feature some older Avengers, but it's basically Young Avengers film nonetheless. One of these characters is rumoured to be Scarlet Witch, played by Elizabeth Olsen. The Eternals also set up Harrington's The Black Knight. We're unsure if this movie is going to be if this is going to be a solo project, or if he's just going to appear in another movie like Blade or another supernatural movie. Then we have a rumoured Moon Knight Season 2. This has not been confirmed by really anybody, but it's expected to happen still. Then we have Vision Quest, which we don't know a lot about, but we do know, of course, it's going to be about Vision, but we're assuming it's going to be about Spectral Vision, who we met at the end of WandaVision. There is no official release date at all mentioned for this yet. Then we have Armor Wars. This was originally supposed to be a Disney Plus series, but it is now being made into a movie. Of course, this will still star Don Cheadle as Rhodey, aka the War Machine. And what we know, it is going to be about what happens when Iron Man's technology gets into the wrong hands, and there's even been a rumour that Ultron could possibly make his return in this movie. No release date, but it could be expected at the end of 2024, maybe early 2020. We could possibly see the DODC in here, which stands for the Department of Damage Control, who we last saw in She-Hulk, I believe. And we may be seeing them because we saw them in Spider-Man No Way Home first, and this was because Spider-Man's Stark Tech was under investigation. So this could ultimately lead to the DODC giving it to Rhodey. Then we have some Wakanda series coming. That's right, I said some. These are going to be directed by Ryan Coogler, who directed the first 2 Black Panther movies, as well as Marvel has confirmed this. And there are going to be actually several Wakanda series, like I just mentioned. Not just one. We don't really know much about any of them, except there's going to be one about Okoye. It's going to have her own series, but we don't have any release dates for any of them. Then we have Marvel Zombies, which is going to be an animated series that's going to be pretty much what we saw in the What If Zombies episode back in 2021. There has been no release date for this, but it is stated that it could come out in 2024. Then we have the rumoured Shang-Chi 2. Now, there is no release date for this yet, although it has been rumoured to come out before either Kang Dynasty or Secret Wars. The plot of the movie is said to be pretty important for the upcoming Secret Wars film, especially since the Ten Rings are most likely Kang technology. So we are probably looking at a 2025 release date, before Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars come out. Then we have a Wonder Man series, and Wonder Man himself is going to be played by Yahya Abdul Mateen II. I hope I said that right. If I didn't, please comment in the section below. And it's rumored that Ben Kingsley is going to be returning as Trevor. We did see him in Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, who we first met in Iron Man 3. No release date for this, but production is set to be beginning pretty soon for this project. So I would say this will come out within the next couple of years, probably looking at a 2025 release date. Now we get into the more rumored side of things, so projects that have been announced by insiders but not confirmed by Marvel. This is including the Disney Plus specials, so let's get right into that. It is rumored that we'll get a Mephisto special. Hopefully we'll get to see a bit of Agatha coming to Chaos there. We'll get to see a Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special Volume 2, a Swamp Thing special, a Silver Surfer special, which should come out before Fantastic Four movie is made. So if this is true, it will be coming out late 2024. To top it all off, there is going to be a Nova special, which has been confirmed by major trade companies like Deadline. However, we do not have any type of release date for this. That is 33 projects done. This video took a long time to make, so I do really hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe for more MCU news. I try to bring out as many videos as I can every week. Please don't forget to follow me on Twitter at everythingmcu_s, and I hope you have a very good week. Goodbye.